I will be replacing these solenoid to see if things would be better. I try changing the shift solenoid on the valve body, but I couldn't. I went on YouTube to see how or what is the best way to take out the solenoid. And a guy said he had difficulties in taking out the solenoid, so he had to take out the valve body. So I took out the valve body thinking the gasket was metal, because he said nothing about the gaskets and he said nothing about the ball valve, I think it is. And I took out my valve body to change the solenoid, only to know I had to, well, the guy said he took it out, and next thing you know, you're seeing it on, and he said he changed his solenoid. So I took out mine, only to know there was a bigger problem, because I had to get gaskets while the valve body was on the bench. I broke another solenoid, which is the band solenoid. All these things I had to order. So I decided to make a video on it, which I took it out already, but I would be explaining how to take out the roll pins, to get how I took out the roll pins to get the solenoid out. And for those of you who are like me, want to help yourselves, I will show you all the check ball valve, the check ball. I think it's a check ball. It's something like a little how you call it? How would I put it? I cannot find the name right now. And the gaskets and everything, what I did to clean it up. I will pause the video for now, and then I will show you all the valve body. This is the valve body. I've cleaned it, and these are the pins. This one holds the band solenoid in, and these roll pins holding the 1, 2, 3 solenoid. This little spacer goes on the band solenoid. Now the way I got this out, I put a screw into the top. This goes into this hole here. Now to get it out, I put a screw into the top. I took this and I turn it upside down, I put it at the edge, and I use a hammer to knock it out. So if you try pulling it without a screw, it will keep slipping and slipping and slipping, and if you press on it too hard, there's a possibility of you breaking it or the cutter will go through it. With the screw would prevent the cutter from slipping and you would get it out. Now, this is the band solenoid here. This is where this pin would go to hold the band solenoid. Right here. This one comes out easy. But these two are the most difficult, the roll pins. Now, once you get it out, the band solenoid comes out very, very easy. Now, you have to be careful because there are some springs and thing inside here. Now, to get it out, you just take a screwdriver, put it here, and pry it out. While I had this on the table trying to get out the pins, I broke the connection here. So I had to order one. The way I got the gaskets, the pieces of gaskets out, I used this. It's a plastic razor blade and I scrape it. Now these two screws holds that metal plate on. Once you take out these two screws, you lift the metal plate and you would scrape this, but it was difficult, very difficult to come out. So I put it in a pan of water and I boil it, and then I use this scraper to scrape the remainder of the gaskets. But you have to be very careful because there is a ball bear here. Be very careful not to lose it. That's why I keep the plate on. After I boil it, I flush it with oil. These are the one goes there, one goes here. So when you remove the valve body from the transmission case, you have to be very careful not to lose these two ball bearings. I hope my explanation was good enough and understandable. Just be careful of that bulb here. Remember to use some form of plastic to get the gasket out, because the gasket would be baked on that. I keep that on because of the bulb. I doesn't want to, well, I call it a bulb. I doesn't want to lose it. Just remember the way I took out my my solenoid roll pins. One roll pin comes here, the other roll pin comes here. Now both solenoids are the same thing. The only difference with the solenoid, it has a lip. This one has a lip, the lip goes in here. That one has a lip, the lip goes in here. You cannot turn it. The only thing is, if you bend the lip, you'd put it back to front. One is closed and the other one is open. So you have to be very careful. When getting the harness out, this tab, you just lift this tab and you pull the harness. You lift this tab, you pull the harness. With this one, it was totally different. You just pull the harness out. This is it for this explanation. I hope you understand. And just remember, when taking out the roll pins, do not bite on it too hard, and put a screw or a nail. It has a hole. Put a screw or a nail into it. So when you try pulling it out, it won't be slipping and you won't bite on it too hard to break that out. This is it. If you find my explanation was reasonable, please like, comment, subscribe, click on the bell icon so you'll be notified of further videos. Bye and thank you.